And we welcome you inside the Jerry McCrory Sportsplex here in Sudbury. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements, bringing you NOJHL Showcase action on this Tuesday morning from the Nickel City. And our first game of the day is the Espanola PaperKings versus the French River Rapids. The Rapids win the face-off. The Rapids this period will be going right to left in their home blues, and the PaperKings in their highlighter green whites will be going left to right to start this one off, and we're down in Espanola zone. Quickly out of their zone, however, that was Ferguson, the former Powassan Voodoo, and that puck is dumped down into French River territory. Now French River on the counterattack, can't get it quite out of their zone. That was Coolis that had the puck, and now down the ice once again. Here comes a chance for French River, takes the shot, saved by Jake Maroy, the goaltender here for Espanola, the 2003 birth year. Good stats so far, 5 games played, 2 wins, 1 loss, 493 goals against with a .871 save percentage. Brady Dyer in net the other way. Here comes a chance now on Dyer. What a stretch save by the goaltender as he keeps it 0-0 so far through the first 51 seconds of the game, and we'll give Harrison something to say finally.
French River looking to put up their second win of the season, 1-7-0 to start. Meanwhile, the PaperKings are 5-3-0. Had a tough tilt against Powassan in their last showing here. Hoping to get back in the win column.
Face-off one, and another chance in tight against Dyer. He's able to keep the puck out of his zone. He's played 7 games, has 1 win, 4 losses on the season. His goals against .631 and his save percentage .863. However, I will have to say, Harrison, he did start the game in Powassan that we saw French River earlier, and I thought Dyer had a pretty good game for French River.
Yeah, he looked fairly solid in that tilt. And overall, you know, French River has a lot to prove here.
Out front, French River tried to get a shot away. They didn't have a good showing last year at the Showcase, losing both games. And now it's Sangetti. Takes the shot, he scores! Espanola early, up 1-0 already. That was Lucas Signoretti, the 2004 birth year, putting Espanola up on the board early.
And that's Espanola taking advantage of their speed, finding plays, pushing in quick, and getting up early here in the first.
Signoretti's 5th goal already in 9 games.
Wow.
He's off to a great start here for Espanola. He put up 79 points in 40 games last year for the PaperKings. As we get back underway now. 1-0 Espanola, less than a minute and a half into this game. Peters-Davy gets it in for Signoretti, back to Peters-Davy. Peters-Davy tries to stick handle his way in. Back to Signoretti, tried to shovel the puck on net, but couldn't get the shot through traffic. Now going the other way, the former U18 trapper, Jesse Lefebvre, flips the puck in. Left out back now for French River, but it can't get out of the zone as that's Espanola keeping it in. Chance coming in tight, French River with the shot, turned aside by Maroy. Back to the point. Shot, missing the net. Now Rabideau coming in. Trying to get a shot away. Can't quite get it, and Espanola is going to ice the puck, and that'll be another stoppage here. Shots on goal early, 3-2 in favor of the PaperKings, but the PaperKings hold the 1-0 lead.
And so far, Espanola looking to be controlling the pace, but French River fighting back a little bit, holding a bit more in the O-zone, and finally getting some shots on net. Shots 3-2 in favor of Espanola right now.
Blake Peters-Davy picking up his 8th assist on the Signoretti goal as well. Puck comes out in the Espanola zone, but Espanola is going to recoup it. Good stop there in the middle of the ice by the Rapids. But it's given right back to the PaperKings. Shot on goal, stopped by Dyer. And now going the other way, Espanola tried to get the puck out of their zone, and they did. Now up the ice quickly, Jessup flips it down into PaperKings territory. Pethick with the puck. Tried to find Guthrie. Now it goes across the ice. It'll be Grant Booth that had it for a second, and now puck comes in on Marois, and he's going to stop the puck once again. Jake Marois, last playing in action on Saturday in Powassan. I was not able to take in the game, but Harrison, you were.
It was a rowdy game to put it in a single term. Lots of heated emotions in that one, and hopefully trying to carry over into an effective win here for the PaperKings.
Well, I'll give you on the next break a bit of a rundown of the discipline that has come Espanola's way from that game. Powassan unscathed. Puck sent back out front. Good chance there for Booth, but he had the puck knocked off his stick. Flips it back in deep. Cicino with it. Battling along the far side wall. And we're going to get our first penalty here of the showcase, as it looks like it's going to be a boarding call. So, a couple of suspensions coming Espinola's way. That's Sean Short getting for an instigator and aggressor, 1 game. Liam Rampersad for abusive behavior, game misconduct, he got 1 game. And Liam McDonald getting an attempt to injure match for 4 games. So, Espanola missing some firepower in this one, Harrison.
Absolutely, but so far that hasn't slowed them down. We'll see how they do on the penalty kill here.
On the power play.
Oh, on the power play. Sorry.
I was confused for a second, but I was like, we're starting in French River zone, so I assume that's what's going on.
I'm not used to actually seeing the score clock.
It's weird, eh? Sign ready for Horgan. And now we're going to get another stoppage here, another penalty. And that's going to go for interference, looking like it's going up against Espanola. So that was an 8-second power play.
4-on-4 here on this bigger ice than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, welcome to regulation size.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing a lot of things in this arena, but so far the PaperKings have controlled the speed, and with 4-on-4 they're going to have a bit more ice to work with. Gavin
Haslam is in the box for French River for cross-checking, and now we'll just have to get an update on the PaperKings penalty, as, again, 4-on-4 hockey here for the next minute 50. But the PaperKings quickly down the ice. Signoretti with the first goal of this one. Puck just knocked out of the way of Peters Davey, and now going the other way is French River. Walking in, French River trying to get a shot off. Big hit in the corner, that was on Mason. Now, for Espanola going the other way. Up to Ferguson, the former Voodoo. Flips it in the middle of the ice for Signoretti with the shot. Stopped by Dyer, bouncing puck. Flipped away by French River and down the ice, and that's going to go for icing here. As with 1:17 left on 4-on-4 hockey, Espanola still holds the 1-0 lead.
Looking like a bit more of a balanced game here in the 4-on-4. So far, Espanola had been controlling the speed. French River fighting back a bit more effectively. Shots 3-5 in favor of Espanola. Minute 25 on the Espanola penalty.
Graydon Guthrie is in the box serving that interference call, and now we're going to get another icing call here against the French River Rapids as Pethick's back to grab that one. So we'll get another stoppage here and another offensive zone draw for Espanola.
And 15:41 left on the period clock. Fast first 5 minutes going on here.
Well, when there's 8 games of hockey between 2 days on this ice surface, you don't mind when it starts fast.
Absolutely.
Not that we don't like hockey. Signoretti behind the net. Looked like he wanted to try the Michigan, but he gave it up and gave it to Horgan. Now a bad pass by Horgan, sets off Janza. Going down the ice, quick chance here, nice chance, he scores! The French River Rapids tie it up. That's Cameron Janza picking that one up as he was able to skate the length of the ice and flip it over Marois.
Finds himself just across the center line, wide open for that pass. Does a little shoulder fake, forehand, backhand, or backhand, forehand, manages to go top blocker side on the Espanola goalie.
Cameron Janso with his 7th goal in 9 games.
That's absurd.
So both guys so far that have scored goals in this one, picking up loads of them. Now Peters Davey with a good chance. Dyer with the save on that one. Now back to the point. Flip back in flip back in for Peters Davey. He tried to switch it up, but instead French River comes away with it. Now Bizdal out front to his man, and he's taken into the corner. That was Melsness, as we're still 4-on-4 for another 15 seconds. Puck down and out of the French River zone now. Espanola will have to chase after it. That's Sari with it. As now, for 5 seconds, French River's going to have a bit of a power play here. Going the other way, Carr. It's knocked down, and we're going to have another penalty here because it looks like it's going to be an early parade to the penalty box here for these two teams.
And as if this wasn't going to be a high-scoring game already, going on the advantage so quickly, I feel like it's going to only increase here in the first. These teams going back and forth quickly. You know, Espanola seemed to have early control, but overall it seems to have been fairly back and forth start. Doesn't help when you're especially going specifically on 4-on-4 or 5-on-4.
Likely not, as now Espanola is going to have another chance here with Horgan on the power play. Flipped it in for Sagnaretti. 2-minute penalty up on the board now. Back to Horgan. Horgan, quick chance there by Cicchino. Back to Cicchino now. Near side for Signoretti. Signoretti walks in, takes a shot off a body and wide. Now back to Horgan. Horgan. Cross ice to Signoretti. Signoretti walks over, gets to Horgan. Horgan with the shot. It flipped behind Dyer, but French River was able to get the puck away from that one. As there was a good chance for the PaperKings, as they're going to have another chance here with the man advantage as Maroy is off for the extra attacker. Horgan. Back over to Signoretti. Signoretti with the shot. Dyer with the nice glove save. And now we'll see what the whistle's for.
I believe it was a slashing call after that clear behind the goalie there from one of the defenders. And
well, Maroy was quick on that one. Saw the arm go up, and he just bolted for the bench. Jesse Lefebvre, who's in the box for interference, now will be joined by a teammate. And that's also Nolan Mason, who got the assist on the Jansler game-tying goal so far. And again, still 1-1. But for a minute 10, it's going to be 5-on-3 hockey here for the PaperKings, who have been buzzing all game. 8-4 the shot total as well. Back to the point. Signoretti with it. The goal scorer looks over for Horgan. He shoots and he scores. Horgan with the one-timer beats Dyer. It's now 2-1 for Espanola.
this is quite the start to the tournament here. Espanola going up 2-1 early, 13:28 left on the period clock. Shots 9-4, and remember that penalty that just happened with 1:52 left will remain.
That indeed is Espanola so finds himself on the man advantage. For Spencer Horgan, it's his 7th goal already in 9 games as a defenseman.
And he is the league leader in defensive scoring currently. It would be hard to beat that if you tried.
It would be 20 points now on the season. Last year he had 16 goals in 56 games. He already has 7. My math is terrible. Horgan, right back to her, gets it to Danuden. Danuden, another former Voodoo. Booth leaves it for Danuden. Danuden with the shot. Dyer turns that one aside. French River clears the front of their net, and they're able to clear their zone just barely. As that man was taken down, that was Mason. Down the ice again, flipped in, French River. Tries to knock it out of their zone, but Espanola, good on the puck, knocks it right back in. Back to Horgan. Horgan cross ice, and it's flipped back to him. Booth, back to the point. Looked off was Ruffa. Over cross ice to Horgan. Horgan flipping it in deep for Danuden. Back into the point, or the face-off dot, I should say. And a shot on goal turned aside by Dyer. Man advantage still effective here for another minute. It's 12:36 left in this first period.
We've seen probably about 15 seconds of 5-on-5 so far in this period. But hopefully after this, we'll see a little bit more of that. Draw to the glove side of the goalie.
Signoretti and Dario Cicchino getting assists on that Horgan goal. So Signoretti's already up to 2 points in this one. Back underway now on the far side. Danuden playing along the boards. Goes in tight. Flips it in. Now it's behind on the near side wall. Back to Horgan. Horgan going cross ice. And they try to get a shot away. Flipped in off the glass and knocked aside. Now it's back to Horgan. Horgan flipping it in. Quick shot turned aside. Another chance. Dyer falling down. He's able to cover up the puck as Booth was there for the rebound and couldn't get anything past him on that one. You got to think at this point of the game, a 3-1 lead would be pretty bad look for French River.
Absolutely it would be, but at the same time, it's hard to judge the pace of the game when all you've seen is power play so
That's
far.
True. Nothing but penalties for days, Harrison.
And when you're playing in rinks you're not super familiar with, anything can happen. You don't really have home advantage.
Pethick goes cross ice. Goes back for Pethick. He can't quite get there, but he does eventually find his way. And that's true. The only home ice advantage you currently really have is the last change. Ferguson goes cross ice. Quick chance there. Turned aside and maybe just went wide, as now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey, which is a rarity in this game, as we've mentioned.
Halfway through the period.
Halfway through the first period for sure is now. That's going to go for icing. Our first icing call in a long time because we haven't been 5-on-5.
Now is a real judgment of what this game may be as we finally see a bit more offensive time, hopefully for French River, as they start the draw in the Espanola zone.
Puck down the ice. Garan. When he does, it's down the ice. Pethick will go after it. No icing called, as they're saying someone touched the puck. Back the other way.
Net in a couple of minutes here for French River, and finally getting another draw in the Espanola zone, trying to make something work with the passes here. But
Bisdell, the top line center here. The 0-3 Berthier, and for the draw on the blocker side of Maroy. Well, local content out there in the stripes, so we have Adam Morell, or as I've been told, Millhouse, out on the ice. Adam Morell also taking part in that Espanola Voodoo's game. He was also our umpire earlier in the day for Baseball Day in the Bay for our men's league game. I thought he did a good job. Other people might disagree with me in that umpired game, but hey, I wasn't the one who was arguing with him.
It's always going to be the case when there's officials.
Exactly. He has to know that's what's expected of him. As another chance, flipped aside of the net. Signoretti comes away with it, but it's knocked away by Bisdell. Bisdell taken down on the ice. He gives it away to Peters Davey, who tried to break out of his zone, but a good stick there kept it in, but now it's down the ice to Peters Davey. He tried to get a shot away, turned aside. And now Signoretti keeps the puck into French River territory. Dyer out to play the puck. Flips it on his backhand up to Bisdell. Bisdell behind his net. Flips it up the ice, and French River just flips it into Espanola territory. Espanola clogging up the middle of the ice, though. And French River can't get anything to go. Peters Davey going the other way. It's down the ice quickly. Signoretti carries the puck in. Looked out front. He had Horgan. Couldn't get the pass away, and then a good stick from French River. And now Lefebvre going the other way. Jesse Lefebvre, North Bay Battalion prospect, goes cross ice. Chance here for French River. Good shot, saved by Maroy. Juicy rebound, though, but no one could corral it. Lefebvre now, behind the net. Former U18 Trapper. Tried to get the puck out front. Great North U18 League champions last year as well. Got to give the shout out where shout outs due, credit where credit's due. Puck down the ice now for Espanola. Once again with possession. That was Makasoff with it. He still has it. Sends it up the ice for his teammate, who gets a good shot away but Dyer's blocker knocks it aside. Makasoff thought he kept it in, but the linesman said otherwise. He was right on top of it. Now a bit of a collision in the French River zone, and that's going to lead to a delayed offside. So Guthrie, who kicked the puck back into the zone, had to wait to tag up. Now he's able to steal it away. He's somehow
there, able to keep it in, fight along the board, strip the defender of the puck, and just tuck it in neatly on the backhand. The score is now 3-1 Espanola with 8:10 still remaining in the period. Shots 15-6. And this
What
is
a save by Guthrie. Or shot by Guthrie.
shot by Guthrie.
I can't speak today. This is going to be a long 2 days here, Harrison.
It will be. A lot of hockey and a lot of scoring to start.
Guthrie with his second of the season. McGinnis is away, but maybe the Voodoos could do something this year.
Absolutely. They're off to a good start. Throughout this game and throughout the tournament, I'd like to mention that the NOJHL and Canadian Mental Health Association are proud to partner on Talk Today, a mental health program that provides education and support to athletes and raises mental health awareness in the community. To learn more, visit CMHA Sudbury/Mantulan at 111 Elm Street, Sudbury, or go to talktoday.ca.
A short little drive here from the Countryside Arena. And we have another penalty here, but this time French River finds himself on the man advantage for the first time this game. Well, they had a 7-8 second power play earlier.
Hardly counts.
It does count on the score sheet as now Lines going the other way. Tried to split the defense, but a good back check by Bisdell negated that. It's going to be Grant Booth, 2 minutes for interference. The 12:17 mark. Just over 7 minutes left in this period. Burke going cross ice. Good chance there from, should we call it Stamkos' office? Should we call it Ovechkin's office? I'm not sure. Probably Ovechkin. He's going to break the goal record at some point, right? But a good one-timer shot anyways.
True. Ovechkin typically finds himself on the left-hand side, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
Center dot one-timer. Call a spade a spade.
Better watch out, Harrison. You might get fired.
I've been on the edge the entire time I've been here, Courtney.
13 minutes gone here in this period. 3-1 lead for
Right.
Espanola. Just over a minute left on the power play, too. Bisdell going down the ice. Took a bit of a high stick there, but he's able to manage the puck and keep it going, and then he loses it in the maze of highlighter green. Another chance. Oh! Just missing a pass on that one. Would have been able to tap that one in. However, it's still a 3-1 game. Stringer missed his pass. Now Signoretti's going to pick it up. He's going to kill some time before he's able to get it up and out of the zone. Now he's just going to go for a skate. Signoretti still with the puck, and he's finally knocked down. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Killed a lot of time there for the PaperKings. French River gets it up to Jansa. Jansa down the ice. Lone goal scorer for French River so far. Tried to roof it. He hits the back glass there. Now it comes back to the blue line. Now Melsness tried to flip it out front. That was taken away. Power play ending here. As another chance for the Rapids is turned aside as that was Lefebvre in the slot. Ferguson down the ice for his man. That was Ferguson looking for Saucier as we've reached our mid-period break here in our first game out of 8 in the NOJHL Showcase 2023 edition.
Shot 16-8 in favor of Espanola to start. Score is still 3-1. Still, I say, as there's 5:41 remaining in the first period here. And unfortunately, French River not able to really get anything going on that power play there. A little bit more zone possession time, but no real solid chances. Maybe one where they tried to sneak it in backdoor, but weren't able to quite get it done there. So goal going to be getting out of your zone a little bit more, shutting down the speed of guys like Signoretti, and hopefully being able to make this game a little bit closer as this period winds down.
Not that I want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Next game here from Ice 2 will be the Sioux Eagles versus the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners starting at 1:40. We'll have all the action of Rink 2 here today and tomorrow. Like I said, 8 games in 2 days.
It's a heck of an endeavor here by the NOJHL, but it is a highlight of every single season.
Yeah, the showcase is definitely, we were tired at the end of it last year, but it was definitely something that as soon as we were done it, we were like, okay, can't wait for next year's. Oregon takes a shot. That one took a funny bounce, and Dyer had to be quick on that one. Lefebvre tried to hack it out of the zone. but now he's just going to keep it up against the boards before it came out to Ferguson. Ferguson flips it cross ice to Horgan. Horgan sent back on net. That one was tipped, hit the post. As Espanola is buzzing a little bit here. Gorton tried to flip it across to his man. That was Rufa, but it was a good stick, kept that one down. Ferguson, cross ice, back to Rufa. Rufa sends it all the way deep into French River territory. And now it's back up front for Ferguson. Couldn't get the shot away. Now Ferguson spinning and turning. Flips the shot on net. Horgan is able to loosen the puck for Gorton. Takes another shot. Dyer turns that one aside. Puck comes out back to Rufa, who kept it in. Rufa's shot kicked aside by Dyer. French River just trying to weather the storm. Shots already 20-8, and we're not even done this first period. As French River now on a 2-on-1. Quickly across. Couldn't get the shot to go. That's negated there. Ferguson tried to get around his man. Stopped by Dyer as he's able to flip it back in. Horgan takes a big hit. And Jansa sends it in for his man. Clifton went to go cross ice. Couldn't get that pass through. And now quickly up the ice is Cicino. Cicino lost it. They would have had a 2-on-1 with Booth, but he didn't see where the puck went on that one. Now French River once again tries to get out of their zone, and they do. Jansa off the ice now. Scholas with the shot. I thought that hit Pethek's skate, but instead it did get through, and Marois was able to glove that one down.
Looking solid overall for the shots he's faced tonight. 9 of them being 20 on the Espanola side here in the first period. But so far, the Espanola goaltender staying centered, staying solid, stopping the chances that French River have had.
Well, usually, 9 shots against in a period is a hectic workload, but for Dyer, he's been left, right, and center with 20 here on this one against him.
It's hard to judge numbers effectively in this game.
Well, there was a game last year with the Cochrane Crunch, who are now the Iroquois Falls Storm, as we were going to get a quick icing here. They won their game against Espanola when Espanola fired over 50 shots on goal, and it was 1-1 and had to be decided by a shootout.
And Espanola probably looking to be happy to be on the other side of the shot clock compared to facing 50 in their last game against the Voodoos.
Yeah, that's for sure. 50-24 was the shot totals in that one. Voodoos literally more than doubling it up. Guthrie down the ice. Quick shot from a sharp angle. Sounded like it hit the back wall. Now Guthrie walking in. Flipped it down. Couldn't find Booth. Booth does take the shot, though, as he was able to glove it down. Dyer with a good butterfly save there. Stops the puck on that one. And 3:28 left in this period. Shots are now up to 21 in favor of Espanola.
Dyer looking a bit more comfortable here as the period goes on, getting into a bit more of a rhythm, staying centered. Glove doing a lot of work and looking solid overall. When you face a start like that, you want to be able to get back in your zone, be able to clutch up, and be able to make the saves that you know you should be able to.
Signoretti was nearly given the puck in front of the net. Now he's taken down on the ice, and that's going to lead to a penalty for tripping. Bisdell trying to plead his case, trying to wonder what was going on there. So in a game in where there's been a whack ton of penalties, we figured, well, we might as well see one more here in this first period. So French River will find themselves once again down a man for at least 2 minutes or less.
Not out of the woods yet. Just when you think that you're back to 5-on-5, another penalty comes along.
Hard to be out of the woods when you're looking at the tree line on the PaperKings jersey every time. Horgan walks the line. Gets the puck back. Horgan still walking the line, looking for an option. Finds Signoretti. Signoretti walking in, takes the shot, hit a body, and hit the netting behind the net, so it's out of play. 15 seconds gone on the man advantage. Just under 3 minutes left here on the man advantage, or in the period.
For a game that is moving very quickly, this period seems to be taking a while.
Yeah, lots of penalties for sure. Back to Horgan. Horgan walking in, takes the shot. Dyer with the save on that one. Found the rebound, couldn't cover it up though. Is now going the other way. French River just flips it down the ice. Marois out to play the puck. Puts it behind the net for Signoretti. Signoretti with a burst of speed, looked to get around his man, but instead flips the puck down cross ice. Peters Davey on a slow developing play is able to keep the puck. Skates around his zone. Goes cross ice. Signoretti back to Peters Davey. Peters Davey into the middle for Ferguson. Ferguson with the shot. And French River doing a good job of clogging up the middle there to stop that attempt. And we'll have another stoppage here as the puck went out of play. Minute 06 here left on the man advantage for the PaperKings.
So far, French River looking to, as you said, take up any space. Espanola has been able to get a lot of their advantages off of their speed, making space for themselves, and the key to shutting them down will be tightening up on the defense here, taking away any passing lanes.
Espanola with possession again, flipped it in. Booth wasn't quite there as it actually took a bit of a bounce towards the net. Back to Horgan. Horgan at the point. Sends it in for Cicchino. Now back to Horgan. Horgan flipped the puck in deep. Couldn't find it. Now it's Horgan back at the point. Gives it to his man. Quick shot over the net. And Horgan's going to have to hurry. He does keep it in. Gets it in now for Booth. Booth on the near side half wall. Back to Horgan. Back to Booth. Booth with a shot kicked aside by Dyer. Rebound was sitting there pretty, but French River was able to disrupt anything there. Back to Horgan. Near side for Cicchino. Cicchino goes cross ice for Lines. 18 seconds left on the man advantage now. Booth with the puck. Gives it to Horgan. Horgan. Back in now for Cicchino. Cicchino. Back out front. Good chance there. Is knocked aside by a stick, and it goes out of play. 3 seconds still left on the man advantage. A minute 15 left in the period. Shots on goal 22-9 in favor of Espanola. But where it really counts, the scoreboard is still 3-1 for the PaperKings.
French River looking like they're adapting a lot better on this penalty kill here. Getting in front of a lot more shots, getting sticks in the way. And we've had a lot of stoppages because they've been able to call the play dead by knocking it out of the way of their goaltender, and he could use the relief right now.
Yeah, he's seen what some goalies, I mean, Daniel Duracolo saw 24 shots on Saturday. There's another shot stopped by Dyer, and that was the Voodoo's goaltender. So, I mean, he's seen enough shots that could constitute an entire game. This is a period.
Yeah, I think he's faced around 200 shots in the 6 games that he's played.
Man advantage is over now. Back to 5-on-5. Another shot from the point. Dyer's going to get a hold on that one. That was Pethick with the shot. So we'll get another face-off here in the offensive zone for Espanola.
Dyer continuing to look solid here as the period goes on, despite facing those shots that he has.
Well, less than a minute left here in this first period of NOJHL Showcase action. Pethick with another chance. That one hit a body and went wide. 50 seconds now. Back to Pethick. Pethick taking another shot. Dyer, another save. 25. In this period alone, he's allowed 3 goals, but his save percentage is creeping up closer to 900 now. Just in this period alone with the amount of shots that he's faced.
As we said, it's a little bit of a whose line situation here where the numbers don't matter, as, you know, it's hard to actually discern anything if you look at them purely. But the game is looking to be a bit more even here. While a lot of the pressure has been in the French River zone, they seem to be clawing back a bit better defensively.
40 seconds left on the clock here in this first period. And now it's going to be a chance for Ferguson. Ferguson to Pethick. Pethick lost the handle on that one. And now Melsness with the puck. Flipped it down the ice. Carr's going to get to it with 20 seconds left. One more chance likely for either team. Rufa flipped it back in. And now there's going to be nothing there as Green Gorton and his man ran into each other on a delayed offside. 6 seconds left. French River flips it down the ice to Melsness. Melsness walked in, got it in, and that'll be the end of the period as French River was mounting a bit of a chance there, and Maroy not really liking the last little shot there by Trelout. Flipped the puck back at him afterwards, and now he's having some words for the official.
But overall, Score at the end of the period, 3-1 in favor of Espanola. Shots 25-9. And here with me, Courtney Kenny, I'm Harrison Clements. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
And we welcome you back inside the Jerry McCrory Countryside Arena for period number 2 of game number 1 of the NOJHL Showcase between the French River Rabbits and the Espanola PaperKings. It's 3-1 PaperKings after one period, and we're back underway here at the arena. The Rapids in their home blues, as it's quickly icing, are going left to right this period. The PaperKings in their home whites and highlighter green pants, I feel like I have to acknowledge that every time, are going right to left.
Hard not to be acknowledged in those things.
Exactly, and it's Courtney Kenny along with Harrison Clements. We'll give you a full rundown of the first period at the next whistle. Another chance here, and that's turned aside as it looks like we're going to get a penalty early. So as we mentioned, 3-1. Goals by Lucas Signoretti, Spencer Horgan, and Graydon Guthrie for Espanola. Cameron Jansa with the other goal for French River, and also Brandon Melsness got a misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct at the 20-minute mark of the first period. So that'll be a penalty there. I believe he's out of the game as well. As now we find ourselves, or rather, no, he is in the box, but we do find ourselves with the man advantage right now for French River. On a quick call, like we said. Puck near side to Burke. Burke flipped it in, turned aside, couldn't find it. Burke flipped it right back in though, however. Bisdell gets it to his man, walks out front. Good save there, but that was made by one of the Espanola players, and now Espanola with a 2-on-1 if they're quick. Peters Davey quickly over to his man Lines, who missed that. And now going the other way. Good chance there, turned aside by Marois. That was Mason with the chance. Stopping up, Bisdell. Bisdell to Burke. Burke nearly lost possession of it, but he was able to get it deeper into Espanola territory. Gets us to his man. Stringer's pass goes down the ice. Minute left on the man advantage. Dyer out to play it. Flips it up quickly, finds his man at the blue line, and who brings it right back down into French River's territory, and he loses the puck. Now Espanola with it. Espanola with possession, loses it to Jansa. Jansa lost that puck though. Now an Espanola has it, but now Jansa gets it right back. Up the ice. Chance now for French River. Schulist tried to get it in. Marois with the save on that one. 27 seconds remain on the man advantage. A minute 45 gone here in the second period as well.
So far, unfortunately, French River unable to get anything done on this power play. And there has been plenty in this game. Hopefully, with the remaining 30 seconds, we're able to get something done here.
Doesn't look like it is. The puck is immediately dumped down the ice to French River's end. Carr being chased by Peters Davey. And now the puck comes down on the near side. Another penalty coming up here. Looks like it's going to French River this time. Adam Morrell is going to get the call on that one, as that's going to go for interference. Keenan Sari, who had the penalty to start this one, with 12 seconds into the period, just about to step back out onto the ice in 4 seconds, but now Carr finds himself heading into the penalty box himself. That's Tyson Carr, the 05 birth year. So, Espanola in 4 seconds will have themselves a minute 56 man advantage.
It's been one of those games where take everything you know about hockey and kind of throw it out the window and see what happens, because it's impossible to predict what's going to go on during any of this. It's mostly been man advantage or 4-on-4.
Well, French River is able to flip it down the ice, and they're able to do so because, well, they're on the man advantage, or Espanola is now officially on the man advantage. Signoretti nearly gave it away in front of his net. He's able to get the puck down quickly now for Ferguson. Ferguson for Green Gorton. Green Gorton lost the handle on that one. And now Jansa flips it back into Espanola territory. Jansa plopped down on this rear end there by Horgan, who's now going to get a penalty there. So much for that man advantage for the PaperKings. And a minute 27, or 33 seconds in now. It's going to go back to 4-on-4 hockey between these two teams as Horgan's going to see the penalty box for interference.
And I believe 4-on-4 was the chance that French River did score their goal on a short little breakaway.
And that was Jansa who just drew the penalty.
Absolutely. So hopefully it's just as fruitful for them on this one.
25-10, also the shots in favor of the Espanola PaperKings. They also lead 3-1 in this game. Just under 3 minutes gone here in this period. Rufa flips the puck all the way down the ice, and that's going to go for icing. However, Ferguson, the faster skater, is able to beat out the icing. Signoretti now on the attack. His pass up hit the skate of a referee. So that negated that chance. Now here we go. Another chance for French River. Good stick by Signoretti. Negated that chance. That was Clifton with a chance. Or Clayton, rather. Signoretti stood up by McGill. Rufa. As the puck is stuck on the near side corner. Trying to come away with it is Rufa. Rufa lost it to McGill, but he's able to try and get it back. Now the puck went from one corner to the other. Ferguson missed his chance to center it. And French River going the other way. Very slowly, I might add, but they're able to get it down and out of their own zone. Puck into Rabbits territory, but that'll go for icing. No, they wave it off. Peters Davey skates around in the offensive zone. Gets it back to the point. Quick shot from the point. And that was from Makasoff, and that was turned aside. And now French River's going to have a 30-second man advantage if they can get out of their zone. Puck slowly down the ice for French River, leaving it behind. Takes the shot. That one hit up high on the glass, and it comes out. And now Koulis with it. Koulis stopping up in his own zone. Decides to send it down the ice. Can't quite find his man. That was Burke with it. Now it's back to Koulis. Koulis avoids the check. Skates in. Out front. What a chance there. Turned aside by Marois. Koulis with the individual effort of the game so far. Out front to Sulist. And it's stopped there by Marois. He gets it in the chest. Just under 5 minutes gone in this game, or this second period. French River with a little bit of life, though.
Koulis seeing the opportunity while his team goes for the change there, rushes into the zone, is able to cut in front of the Espanola goalie, and unfortunately is unable to finish on the solid effort there, but it's good to see some life still in the French River team here.
Lefebvre in for the draw for his guys to the glove side of Marois. Lefebvre wins it back to the point. Another chance blocked aside by Marois on the shot from Rivido. Puck now in deep. Lefebvre taken down to the ice behind the net. And now a bit of board play as Lefebvre gets it out front. Lefebvre with a chance. It's turned aside. And now we get a bit of hugs after the whistle here. And nothing coming of it, though.
French River, a little bit more of his own time possession. Shots now 14-26 in favor of Espanola. Seeing a bit more life, seeing a bit more zone control from French River. And, you know, with those individual efforts, with those trying to step up and bring this game back, there's hope yet.
Rivido can't quite get it in deep as the puck flips up and out of the glass by Espanola. That was Pethick. Just rode the glass right up into the meshing, so we'll get another offensive zone draw here for the Rapids.
14:46 remaining in this period. Zone on the draw on the near side boards, and we will have Clayton on the draw.
Grin Gorton on the near side gets it around Rabideau, and he's going to chase after it. Goran taking it hard into the boards. Now he takes his man hard right back into the boards. That was Grin Gorton. Grin Gorton's a big body out there as well to watch. Wouldn't want to go into a corner with someone like that. Jansa goes around the end wall. French River trying to get to Clayton down the ice. It won't go for icing. But Clayton, with good speed, nearly got a chance out of that one. Jansa tried to keep the puck into the Espanola zone, but Pethick going the other way. Pethick in tight, another chance. That one's high and over the back of the net. As he took a shot, picked his spot high. Den Uden now flips it back in for Saucier. Saucier sees his man cross ice. That's Rufa. Rufa with the shot, looking for the trailer. Den Uden couldn't quite connect in front of the net. Now there's some rough stuff in front of the French River zone between Green Gorton and his man. Now it's back to Saucier. Saucier with the shot. Puck comes out to the side of Dyer's net. No goal on that one, though, as they're able to put it the other side. And now Green Gorton takes his man down. And there will be a penalty coming up to Espanola on this one, as the French River player is still on the ice. Slow, very slow to get up. We'll have to see who that was. He's very slow to get up, but he is up now. Skating back to the bench under his own power.
That's one of those board battles that maybe gets taken a little too far, and we'll have...
Looks like Jansa that was the one on the end of that. He looks like he's okay, giving Marois the okay and Adam Morrell the okay on the other end. But yeah, as you were saying, a board battle that goes a little bit too far.
And back on the power play. 13:29 here left in the period. Shot still 28-14 in favor of Espanola. Draw will be in the Espanola zone, far side. Won by Espanola.
Puck down the ice for the PaperKings. Off the end boards, and Dyer's out to play it. Peters Davey nearly got it away from Dyer, and now bodies flying everywhere. Nobody knows where the puck is. Bit of a sloppy play there by the Rapids, but no goals in the back of the net. Scholist into the PaperKings zone. Gets it back. Sharp angle shot. Marois didn't know where that went, but it missed the net. Flip back in. French River can't get anything to go on that one, however. And now Horgan wills his way down the ice. Horgan takes the puck in on Dyer. Saved by Dyer. Rebound into the back of the net there by the PaperKings. And that's Nicholas Saucier on the doorstep with a shorthanded goal.
Horgan seeing an opportunity at the blue line.
Jack Lyons on the doorstep, shorthanded goal.
Horgan on the blue line, able to chip it out of his zone, go up the boards with speed, cut in, and they are able to convert a shorthanded goal on their 30th shot of the game with 12:42 remaining in the second here. Things not going French River's way.
Not at all, as that's Jack Lyons' 5th of the season. 4-1 PaperKings lead. And that was Atlee Green Gorton, 2 minutes for head contact, or rather misconduct for head contact in the period, so he's likely been shown the gate. Den Uden tried to get the puck down the ice for Ferguson. Now it's going the other way back into the zone. Trying to stop that up was Mason. He kept it out of the reach of Den Uden. Battling now in the neutral zone, but French River comes away, or Espanola comes away with it. Den Uden flips it into French River territory. Mason falls down trying to play the puck. Now he's just going to get the puck and hold it against the boards, but it does come out. Going down, looks like the length of the ice. Will it have the legs for icing? It does not. Pethick plays it. 10 seconds left on the man advantage for French River, but with Signoretti coming in, it's been all PaperKings. As Signoretti tried to get a shot away, flying through the air like Bobby Orr, but there will be a penalty on it. Rufa, cross ice to Signoretti. Signoretti onto the far side as well. Espanola with the man advantage, play the puck down the ice, and that one's going to go wide of their net. They almost put it into their own net with the man advantage. As Marois has left the net for the extra attacker. The puck just sent down the ice because I think Espanola just said, okay, let's not do that again. Here's an icing call.
Yeah, maybe take a second to breathe while you have the advantage. 4-1 goals. You're going to go back on the power play. This game has been a lot of things, but I think an empty net own goal would have been just the cherry on top of a very strange battle here so far.
Dario Saucier with his 4th assist on the Lions goal as well. So as they say, the rich get richer, as we're going to have another penalty or power play here for the PaperKings. It will be Mason who's in the box. Although if Signoretti had scored that goal flying through the air, other than the fact that it was a cup-winning goal, that would have looked almost the same as Bobby Orr's flying through the air goal. Different context. One's, cup-winning, the other one's out of the NOJHL Showcase, so you tell me which one's bigger, but...
Tomato.
Horgan back at the blue line to Peters Davey in front for Ferguson. He was in prime territory, couldn't get an accurate shot off. Now Signoretti walking around the zone. Signoretti back to Peters Davey. Cross ice to Horgan. Horgan back to Peters Davey. Horgan again. In deep. Back to Horgan at the point. Walking the line. Stops up. Goes back. Back in deep now for Ferguson. Cross ice. Signoretti was in the perfect shooting area but wasn't able to get the puck away as it was in his skates. Back to Peters Davey to Ferguson. Ferguson loses it and the puck knocked down the ice. However, Peters Davey is going to quickly get back to it with over a minute left on the man advantage. Peters Davey now on the attack, takes it in all alone. He's taken down by 2 French River defenders. Cross ice now. Signoretti takes the shot. He almost hit a body and went in. Now it's back to Horgan as the play is opened up here on this power play. Signoretti back to Horgan. Horgan, nifty move to get around his man. Gets it back in for Peters Davey. Back to the point for Signoretti. Signoretti walks in. Couldn't get the shot away as he faked it. Tried to get the pass to Horgan. Couldn't quite get it to him. Now the puck coming out loose again. It's been all through the blue paint a bunch of times. Then another chance by Guthrie. Turned aside. Back to Horgan. 37 seconds left on the man advantage to Horgan. Horgan missed that pass, and now he's just going to dump the puck back in. Ferguson, cross ice, couldn't get the pass to his man who was backdoor, and now going the other way is French River. Horgan coming in to challenge, and another chance, scored! What a goal by French River, shorthanded. Schultz, as the two teams trade shorthanded goals on back-to-back man advantages here. It's now a 4-2 game with Espanola still in the lead.
Not only do you typically not see a shorthanded goal when you're up so much, but back-to-back shorthanded goals in similar fashion, being stripped at the blue line, going on the breakaway, managing to come in and tighten this lead to 2-4 in favor of Espanola, and that's exactly what you need when you feel like you're down. You need to get back on the board and get some energy back in this game.
Matthew Scholas, 5th of the season. What a nice goal by the big forward. Listed as captain of the French River Rapids as well. Another chance. Stopped there by Dyer. He didn't know where it went. Had a bit of a late reaction. As Espanola had a chance there to put the puck home and couldn't quite get it into the net. Espanola looked so dangerous on that man advantage too. You thought a goal was going to happen either way. A goal did happen, just not in the PaperKings' favor like you thought. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Now Espanola back on the attack. Back to Rufa. Rufa walking in, takes a shot. Dyer stopped that one. Puck into the corner. Back to Rufa. Rufa with another shot. Tipped right at Dwyer. Now it's back to the PaperKings, or the Rapids rather. Down the ice. Flip back in. PaperKings get it right back into French River territory. Walking in on an excellent lone advantage as the PaperKings again. Now a good chance negated there by the PaperKings as this game has opened up considerably. Koulis flipping the puck down the ice. It's getting a little bit chippy too. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's Koulis with the puck. Koulis up to Clayton. Clayton to his man. Cross ice, another chance. As that one just missed the net there. Mason with an opportunity on the one-timer, just put it far side and missing. Rufa. Back in. Signoretti now with it. 7.5 minutes here left in this second period. As the puck comes back out, Sari with it. Sari. Chips the puck down the ice. Left now for Signoretti. Signoretti walking in alone, takes the shot. What a save by Dyer. Got his pad out and stopped that one. Keeping the Rapids in this one indeed. Now it's up to 36 shots on goal. And we'll get an icing call here. 36-16 in favor of Espanola.
And as this game goes on, Brady Dyer still looking like he's in this. He's coming across quickly. One little fumble there with the puck behind his own net. But overall, for the amount of shots he's faced and the type of offense he's dealing with, he's looked pretty good.
He has indeed. Makasoff gets the puck back in deep. French River doing their part to try and send it down the ice. Sorry with it. Up to Signoretti. Signoretti now walking in. Carries the puck back in. Look to go top corner. But he put it over the net. Peters Davey behind the net. Back out to the point. Another chance flipped back in. Sorry couldn't quite get a shot away. Now Signoretti in the slot. Got the puck to his man Peters Davey. There's a delayed penalty coming up against French River once again. As the puck to Sari. Sari keeps it in. Makasoff gets around one man to Signoretti. Signoretti walking around. Puck is kicked over to Makasoff, but Seguin couldn't get the shot or puck on his stick, so there's still a delayed call here. Signoretti, shot came in. Dyer turned it aside. Back to the point. Sari. And finally, play will be blown dead here, as that's going to be Melsness, who is able to come out and finally get possession, as Rabideau goes off in the box.
And strangely enough, this may be good for French River, as their last goal was shorthanded, and their first goal before that was on the 4-on-4. And the way penalties are going in this game, we may very well end up on the 4-on-4. Who knows how this is going to go, but the draw will be in the French River zone on the near side boards.
We'll be definitely keeping an eye on it, of course. As you should be keeping your eye on the front line, as Ben Long would say. Puck down the ice. You know, he's the one who came up with that line.
Oh, yeah?
I had said it once, and then he told me I had to keep it with. Well, I said it. He told me I had to stick with it. So, lines into Rapids territory to Booth. As Harrison mentioned, the last time this power play was out, led to a shorthanded goal for French River moments ago. Back to Horgan. Horgan gets it in tight. Lines with the shot. And Espanola on that one made no mistake. There will be no shorthanded goal coming to French River, as Lines getting his second of the game, and that'll be his sixth of the season.
Fifth goal on their 40th shot of the game. Dyer, unfortunately, on the other side of the net, and they were just looking at a wide open cage there, and make no mistake of it, Espanola now up 5-2 with 5:24 remaining in this second period.
Interesting game. We've seen it all. Mason now on a 2-on-1 walking in. Tries to find Schulist, who was able to score the shorthanded goal earlier. And now the puck down the ice into Rapids territory, and that'll go for icing. 5:07 left in the second period. 5-2. Espanola leads. If this was a real home game, well, it'd be treating the home fans maybe not to a good score, but an all-around entertaining game for sure for the French River faithful.
That's the thing about this league, is you can get anything out of any game between any matchup, and it will be just as entertaining as the next.
Rufa around to Pethick. And now the puck to Carr at the point. Carr takes a shot. That one went so high it went over the meshing and went out of play. So, if you're one of the guys waiting for the next game, I believe Iroquois Falls over in the corner, well, you just got yourself a free hockey puck. Not that you don't have any chances any other time, but...
And as I mentioned earlier in the first period, I'd like to take this opportunity to mention that the Canadian Mental Health Association / Sudbury Manitoulin is a community-based mental health and addictions care organization that provides a wide range of supports and services to Greater Sudbury and the surrounding region. To learn more, please visit CMHA Sudbury / Manitoulin at 111 Elm Street, Sudbury, or go to sm.cmha.ca.
Well said, Harrison. Our referees for the day is Evan McCrory and Adam Morell. Our linesmen are Bruce Marietti and Charlie Giesler. And if you're Powassan Voodoo's faithful like we are, we've seen a lot of Evan McCrory and Adam Morell and Charlie Giesler in games. And Charlie Giesler also getting the lines duty for the battalion home opener as well. So I'm sure you know what, I like Charlie, but I'm going to take a little bit of a jab at him here. It's probably bit of an easier game when all I have to do is stay between the blue lines for the most part.
We're in the first game of the tournament,
Yeah.
and we're already taking jabs. Oh, boy.
Well, I was told to call Adam Millhouse, so
That's fair.
I already did. But see, the difference is I like Charlie, so that's the only jab I'll take at Charlie.
How is it worse?
I guess, maybe. Nah, they're both good guys. See a lot of them dealing with the NOHA. Both great guys. And like I said, Adam even helps out umpiring our league as well. Helped out with baseball day in the Bay, getting our 10 o'clock game underway, and then he had to go and referee the Voodoo's game that night. So he was a busy man that Saturday.
Very busy.
McGill with the puck. Once again, I'm going to get it in every time I can. Champion of the Great North U18 League last year, the U18 Trappers. Caleb Dawson, Justin Russo on the Powassan Voodoos. Jacob Paye playing with the Temiskaming Titans as well. It's a good chance there by Espanola. So just kind of giving you an update on where some of those guys are. And, of course, Mike McIver, third-string goalie right now with the North Bay Battalion. Likely getting up to being a backup at some point this year, I would imagine. But it's almost like that Trappers team. People took a look at those champions and said, hey, we want those guys on our team.
And who wouldn't?
I don't know if I'd want Jacob on my team.
He's by our computer. Please be careful.
Yeah, Jacob's here in attendance for those wondering, so I gotta be a little nice. Might pour some water on her laptop or something. Those laptops weren't cheap. Oh, big hit in the corner. Yes, that will indeed result in a penalty. As now there's a bit of yelling going on from all the officials and the players on the ice. So, yes, we will see a penalty here coming up against Espanola as a French River player remains on the ice. And the trainer coming out to check on him. Not a good look. I believe that's A.J. Burke on the ice, too. He's on the top pairing for this Rapids team, so you know he's one of the defensemen that the team looks for.
That corner been a dangerous spot the entire game here. It's hoping he's able to get up of his own volition, but trainer taking a look at him now, and players standing by seeing what the outcome is. Here's hoping for the best.
Well, we'll take a quick moment now to let you know that the next game at the showcase is starting here in about 27 minutes on the other ice pad. Thomas Mercier will have the call for you there. It's the Elliott Lake Vikings versus the Iroquois Falls Storm. Our next broadcast will be the Sioux Eagles against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners starting at 1:40. And the players still down on the ice. Dyer coming in to check it out too.
There'll be a 5-minute penalty up on the board.
Yeah, it looks like 5 minutes for sure. And it looks like that's Saucier on his way to the locker room. That probably ends his showcase early too, depending on how the league views that hit. Again, the game against Powassan on Saturday got a little bit rough, from what I understand.
Most certainly.
This game, like I said earlier, we'd have to keep an eye on it a little bit, but never a good time when you see a player down on the ice. And I'm sure for the French River players, their teammate down on the ice.
That's the thing about this sport. It's fast, it's tough, things happen in an instant, and it looks like he will be getting up with the help of his teammates.
Melsness helping him. Very slow. That's Melsness who actually, or rather, no, yeah, Melsness is helping him. And Schulist as well. Or rather, Garan. As they're trying to get him just over to the door and get him off the ice. He's very slow moving, very slow moving. Nicholas Saucier getting a major in a game for checking from behind. So as we mentioned, it'll be a 5-minute power play for the Rapids. And not that we want to turn our attention away from an injured player. But if you're French River, this is your time to try and claw your way back into this game a little bit. As he's finally off the ice. Hopefully we'll have an update for you on one of these games. Be able to tell you if he's doing okay. It was a high hit, too, or looked high in the corner.
Second hit like that in this game there. Luckily, it was... I forget who the player was. I believe it was Jansa went down there earlier.
Yeah, he was able to get up quickly.
But hopefully that player's all right, and hopefully that is not the end of his showcase.
Well, because this is a major penalty for the next 5 minutes, so that second period will end with a major penalty on the board. So French River will find themselves on the man advantage again for the rest of the period. Lefebvre gets the puck back to the point as we're back underway. Lefebvre with it, going cross ice. Got it to his man. Now the puck comes in, back to Lefebvre. Going cross ice, couldn't find his man. And it's into the neutral zone again. Bisdell flipped the puck into Espanola territory. 30 seconds already gone on the 5-minute man advantage. And the puck finds a PaperKing player who just sends it down the ice, but is found by Bisdell near his blue line. Puck hits a stick as Ferguson tried to get his way around Bisdell. And it's into the PaperKings bench, so it's out of play.
If there's any time to turn it around, it's now. Fire of a teammate going down, being down 5-2. 4 minutes, 22 seconds remaining, and that will carry over into the next period. If there's any chance you're going to be able to take it, it will be this time.
Chance to take it is for sure. Like I said, this will be a chance for them to claw their way back in. Clayton on the far side. Quickly in now, it's in tight. Marois with the stop. Rebound was there for Clayton, but he was taken off the puck quickly. Melsness back with it. Melsness taken down to the ice. He's on the near side wall, gets it back to the point. Mason tried to flip it in, and that one stopped. And now looking for the stretch pass up to Peters-Davy. Couldn't find it, but now Peters-Davy gets to it in French River territory, and it's causing a ruckus along with Lyons. Lyons with 2 goals in the game. Gets to Mason. Mason. His outlet pass to Schulist off his stick. And now it's down the ice. Dyer out to play it. Leaves it for Carr. Carr. Down the ice for Melsness. 2:30 left in the second period. Just over 3 minutes left on the man advantage on the major penalty. For Carr. Carr. His pass knocked into the French River bench by Guthrie. And we'll get another stoppage here with 2:19.
Name of the game for Espanola now. Just maintain the lead you've had. Hopefully stay off the board in terms of penalties. And just keep the pressure on so you can take this one without too much more incident.
Grishnachev. Flip the puck in deep. And now the puck is sent back right down to French River territory by Espanola. Dyer. Up the ice to his man who takes a hit. Now it's Lefebvre. Lefebvre to Bisdell. Bisdell going offside. Flip the puck over to his man. And French River having all types of trouble now trying to get into the PaperKings zone. Sacchino had the puck knocked off his by stick. Treel out with it. And Guthrie goes after it. Dyer couldn't clear the zone. Horgan walking in. He's muscled off the puck. And now that's going back down to Grishnachev. Back up the ice into the neutral zone. Once again, French River trying to do their best to get in. Bisdell flipped the puck over, couldn't find his man. And now it's Grishnachev once again with the puck in his own zone. Minute 5 left in the second period. Minute 50 left on the major penalty. Puck flipped back down into French River's zone, deep. And now Ferguson doing his best to disrupt everything. Gets it up to Lefebvre. Grishnachev. Quickly up ice for Schulist. Schulist walks in. Sharp angle shot. Turned aside by Marois. And we'll get another stoppage here with 42.8 seconds left on the clock. 5-2. Espanola leads.
Shots 18-41. Despite all the penalties and power plays, the shots have seemed to slow down in the later half of this second period, much to the dismay of the French River team. Maybe not from Espanola, but
Mason's pass, Mason is given away. Now it's Ferguson going the other way. Ferguson into the zone. Back to Signoretti with a shot. Dyer with the save. And we'll get another stoppage here. 25.8 seconds. And even though it has been a 5-minute major, it feels like both these teams are playing at 5-on-5 right away.
Espanola not slowing down at all so far. French River looking a little bit gassed, having so many penalty kills, having the game that they've had. It's hard to blame them.
Carr flips it back for Mason. Mason behind his net. Leaves it for himself with 18 seconds left on the clock. One last rush here for French River. Mason up the ice quickly for his man. Scholas goes into the zone, scoring the most recent goal for French River. Gets it back to Carr. Shot on net, tipped wide by Melsness. Melsness behind the net. And time's going to run out here as they got one last chance, but it just missed the net. And that'll do it here for the second period of play. 5-2. Espanola leads. Shots on goal 42-19 in favor of the PaperKings. And the PaperKings will also have a 46-second man advantage to start the third and hopefully final period of this game. He's Harrison. I'm Courtney Harrison. Any thoughts on that second period before we go?
There was a lot of penalties, as we are well aware. Hopefully the player that went off is all right. And hopefully for the French River team's sake, that they're able to rally back a bit more in the third, make this a bit more of a game.
Well, we'll see if that's how things go here as the third period will get underway. Of course, we'll have all the action for you here on the front line and, of course, Flow Hockey. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. Ben Long on the producing side. Mike Brown, it's his birthday tomorrow, also doing the camera. So we'll be back on the other side of this. And we welcome you back inside the Jerry McCrory Countryside Arena for period number 3 between the Espanola PaperKings and the French River Rapids. Bit of a change here as we have Elijah Grant in net now for French River. Brady Dyer doing the bulk of the work here, seeing over 42 shots on the button, I should say, in the first 2 periods. Now he's out of the game. Espanola and their Road Whites are going left to right to start this period. And French River in their home Navy Blues are going right to left. Once again, 5-2. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. As is Schullis with some speed from his own zone as they're still on the man advantage for 15 seconds. As that was a 5-minute major in that second period. Schullis with the shot turned away by Maroy. It's Logan Ciccelli who's serving the Nicholas Saucier penalty. And now he's out of the box, and this shot on net is turned aside by Marois.
Good save there. One-time opportunity for French River. Marois gets over, center beautifully. Good save. Good save.
In 3 minutes on Ice Pad 1, Elliott Lake and Iroquois Falls start their game. Thomas Mercier will have the call on that on Flow Hockey. And at 1:40, we'll have the Sioux Eagles against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners here on YouTube and our Flow Hockey. If you're looking for us on YouTube, of course, it's the Frontline North Bay. As we're going to get a high sticking call here, so a stoppage and play. 1 minute and 6 seconds into this third period. 5-2, Espanola leads. We'll give you a quick rundown of the goals in this game as well. Starting things off in the first period, Lucas Signoretti got Espanola on the board, followed by Cameron Jansa tying it up. Spencer Horgan and Graydon Guthrie gave Espanola the 3-1 lead going into the intermission. Then Jack Lyons picking up his first of 2 in the period, followed by Matthew Schulist, and then Jack Lyons again later. Although Lyons' first goal and Schulist's goal, both shorthanded, both teams trading shorthanded goals in this one. Back across ice, Pethick took the shot, and that one saved, and that's how we got to this point in the game. Pethick again with another shot, turned aside by Grant. And you know what I really like, Harrison? I'm a sucker for goalie equipment. I love it when goalies have black pads.
Black pads are absolutely underrated. A lot of guys go with the color, the more stylized design or something like that. Black pads, much like a nice black suit. Slim, classy, effective.
Very much so. It's almost like we should start a clothing line or something, but I loved it when Corey Crawford kind of brought it back and popularized it again with the Blackhawks a couple of years ago.
Looks so nice.
Yeah. Now Melsness going the other way. 2-on-1 developing for French River. Melsness gets a shorthanded or backhanded shot away. It's over the net though. Pethick flips the puck behind the net. And now it's to Peters Davey. Going the other way, Signoretti. Gains the zone with some speed. Stops up. Broke the ankles of a French River player as he went flying into the... That was Haslam as he went flying into the boards on the stop by Signoretti. Sari's pass finds Peters Davey, and Grant gets it and holds on to it. It's funny, when I think of Corey Crawford and those Blackhawks teams, it's kind of funny to me to think, oh, he was always on the cusp, you know, he was going to be the next big thing for the Blackhawks, next big thing. And then he played and he was the next big thing. But it feels like his prime was so short. It was like 5 seasons and then he's gone, almost.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing with goalies that you see is their prime can vary so much. Like, yeah, it happens with players all the time. But goalies, they're typically hit their prime later than, you know, forwards or D-men. And in a case like that, it's...
Oh, it's just years of, you know, reading the hockey news. Corey Crawford when he gets here. When Corey Crawford gets here. I mean, they won a cup without him. And they still were able to win a couple with him. But we got a quick shot. Grant stopped that one. Now French River going the other way. Trudel out. Into Espanola territory. Gets it back to Guthrie. Guthrie flipped it back. Stopped there by Garand. However, not for very long. Is going the other way is Smith or Booth. Booth takes a shot turned aside by Grant. And trying to flip it back out of the zone was French River. Couldn't get it to go. Guthrie. Trelo. Behind the net. Flipped down the ice. Couldn't get it too far. That one's kept in by Espanola. Sorry with the shot. Grant gets that one in the chest. It drops down, and French River is able to recover, try to get the puck out. It is sent down the ice. Scholes would have had a line on it, but Marois wisely came out and played the puck, even though it negated the icing. At the end board, Scholes leaving it for McGill. McGill tried to flip it back in. He lost the handle on it. Smith going the other way. Smith takes a shot. Grant grabs it. It's behind him on the line. And he stops that one, as that one somehow just came out and literally sat on the line. But he was able to get a hold or a piece of that one.
It looked like it hit him square in the chest, and then all of a sudden appeared like a magic trick just sitting on the line there, and magically it stays out.
It just stopped on the line, so he was able to get back and get it with his glove. So it remains a 5-2 game in favor of Espanola. Lefebvre chasing after it. Bisdell gets to it. Lefebvre picks it up. Jesse Lefebvre tries to shovel the puck back around the net. Can't get it to his teammates. Dalgren Gorton tried to get it out. Couldn't. Pethick taken in hard by Lefebvre into the boards. Kept back in by Carr. Carr takes a shot. It's off the glass and wide. Now Green Gorton flipped it down the ice. However, it's stopped by French River. Kicked out to the neutral zone by Bisdell to Lefebvre. Back to Bisdell. Bisdell with the shot. Marois with the glove save, stopping that one. And we're just over 4 minutes gone here in this third period.
A little bit late in the game, but French River looking like they're having some solid pushes. Going for a couple off the backboard set plays. Trying to get something done there. A couple of chances, but Marois looking solid as ever in this one. Stopping 20 out of 22 shots. Shots now 49-22 in favor of Espanola. And Grant so far stopping all the shots he's faced, even with a close call, since he's come into this one.
Yeah, one away from 50 Espanola. We saw them put up 50 last year at the showcase. Van Uden, they were unfortunate victims of that one, though. They didn't win. Green Gorton's shot blocked. As the puck came out, Ferguson tried to get a hold of it, but it's still kept in. Ferguson now with it. Ferguson trying to walk through, drew a penalty. French River will find themselves on the penalty kill once again, as that's a slashing call that goes against the Rapids.
Well, it is a new period, so we're about due for a new penalty, as we've not gotten out of the first 5 of any period here in this one without someone being called, and a double minor going up on the board.
Mason, yeah, 4 minutes. They have the wrong number on the scoreboard, but it's Mason who's in the box. Nolan Mason, the 05 birth year. 5-2 Espanola leads. Double minor now to kill off for French River, as it looks like we're getting a timeout, maybe? Yeah, timeout it looks like for French River, as general manager and coach Paul Frascaglio tries to rally his troops. Oh, I forgot that that's how they do it here, where the countdown is on the which side it is. So I was looking at the clock and it said 25-5, and I was like, that's the wrong score.
New rules here at the showcase.
Yeah. You take a timeout, you get an automatic 25 goals.
It's like catching the golden snitch.
Yeah.
You get one, go up.
Although that ends the game there. This does not end the game.
25-5, I'd say, would pretty well end the game here in the third period.
I don't know if you guys saw recently, if anyone saw this. In the CFL, there's a really strange rule. So NFL is 4 downs to get 10 yards. CFL is 3 downs. But the thing is, the team, it was the Montreal Alouettes, they were like 3-18. They had 18 yards to go. They knew they weren't going to get, or 2-18. They knew they weren't going to get the 18 yards. So if you drop the ball and kick it, and then pick it back up behind the line of scrimmage, you reset your downs.
What?
So that's what they did. Speaking of big brain plays, they dropped the ball, kicked it, picked it up because no one was around, picked it up, and then they were 1-10 instead of 2-18. Weird, eh?
This may be blasphemous as a Canadian, but what the heck is that?
I know, right? Horgan on the man advantage. Gets it in deep for Peters-Davy. Back to Horgan. He switches spots with Signoretti. He gets it in deep. Now it's to Ferguson. Ferguson shovels it on net. And Grant makes the save. But yeah, I mean, I know this is a hockey broadcast and not everyone's well versed with football, but I saw that and I was like, I don't know if that's how that works, but it's how it works in the CFL.
Anything to get viewership on that, I guess.
Hey, if it's out west, they love their football. Up, got caught in the netting and out of play. Just under 5 minutes gone here. As mentioned, starting on rink 1, it is the Elliott Lake Vikings and Iroquois Falls Storm. Two newer, well, not new teams. Elliott Lake's been a team for a while. They were the Red Wings last year, but now they're the Vikings this year. And Cochrane has moved to Iroquois Falls. Third time in my life that Iroquois Falls has had a team as well. The last team that was in Iroquois Falls is now the Hearst Lumberjacks. Also, were the North Bay Skyhawks at one point, who became Chris Dawson's North Bay Trappers. Back to Horgan. Chris Dawson, the current general manager of the Powassan Voodoos. To Ferguson. Ferguson. Cross ice to Signoretti. Signoretti waits out his man. Goes back in to Horgan. Horgan with the backhand chance. Big split save there by Grant as the puck came across. And Espanola couldn't hammer that one home. Signoretti goes cross ice around Horgan. Gets it to Peters-Davy. Peters-Davy cross ice for Horgan with the shot. Grant didn't have to make a save on that one as the puck went behind the net, but he had to come across quickly to stop any rebound chance. Double minor, 2:30 left on the man advantage. For Espanola, does have to score quickly here if they want to keep their man advantage. It's over 2 minutes. They do keep it. As Signoretti took a shot. Trying to look like North Bay's Iggy Pazzi on that one. Couldn't get that one in the back of the net, though. Horgan. Cross of his man, Den Uden. Now the puck back to the point for Horgan. Horgan leaving it for Ferguson. Ferguson. Cross ice to his man, Lines, who's looking for the hat trick. Now Den Uden with it. Shot cross ice, blocked and stopped. As an Espanola player and French River player get tangled out. That's Den Uden. Now Lines with the puck. Up the ice quickly. For his man, Chino. To Booth. Back, no. Chino behind at the far side corner. Gets it back to the point for Lines. And now another penalty is going to be coming here to Espanola. With 1:16 left on that double minor, it's going to go for holding. So, that'll negate what's left of the man advantage for Espanola. So Chino's going to find himself in the box for at least 1:16, as it'll be 4-on-4 hockey. And if the French River scores after that, well, then he'll be out of the box a lot sooner than 2 minutes.
It's been near impossible to keep track of how many men are supposed to be on the ice here. But 4-on-4 was fortuitous for the first goal of the game for French River. Game's not completely out of reach yet. Maybe they'll be able to use that to their advantage here.
52-22, also the shots on goal now for Espanola. Scholist. And his net up to Rabideau. Rabideau quickly cross ice. That one's sent on net. Marois makes the save. Back in. Clayton got to it, left it for Rabideau. Coolis with it now. Loses it. Espanola with possession. 33 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Puck sent in wide. Rabideau. Up the ice now quickly to Scholist. Scholist leaves it for his man Coolis. Coolis loses the handle on it as Rufa gets to it. Now it's Schulis with it once again. Schulis goes cross ice to the near side to Clayton. Clayton. Near side. Gets it to Carr. We haven't seen AJ Burke back on the ice since he was hurt. Lines, pass, cross ice. Broken up by Schulis, but he loses it to Horgan. Horgan goes cross ice to Peters-Davy. Peters-Davy with the shot. Grant with the glove save knocks it down on the ice. Carr Once again with possession. Gives it to Koulis. Koulis loses it, lines. Tries to come away with it. Now it's to Burke. Or rather, Bizdal, I should say. Both start with B's, close enough. Carr flips it up ice. Bizdal gets a stick on it and sends it down the ice. And that'll do it for the 30-second power play the French River had, as the puck is knocked in on Marois. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 10:50 here left in this third period. 5-2 Espanola leads. Shots on goal 53-24 in favor of Espanola as well.
Offensive pressure still remaining very back and forth, looking a bit more balanced here in the third, but having 4-on-4 will help with that. French River with a couple of opportunities there, but nobody quite in the right position to capitalize.
Signoretti with the puck. Twisting and turning in his own zone. Gives it away to French River, but they can't quite get the puck to calm down. Going the other way. Gringorton. Back to Signoretti. Signoretti in deep for Gringorton. Gringorton behind the net. And for Cicchino. Cicchino stick handled himself into submission on that one. And now a puck from the far side comes and just misses. Now Bizdal in alone. Bizdal in on one-on-one. What a save by Marois. As Bizdal had him on the breakaway. Couldn't finish. French River's previous 2 goals coming on a breakaway. Now up the ice for Gringorton, or Guthrie rather. Guthrie scored a gorgeous goal earlier out of with something from nothing. Flip down the ice again for Bizdal. Bizdal through the neutral zone, loses the handle on it, and he picks it back up. Flips it right back in on Marois. Marois kicks it away. Near side now to Christopoulos. Christopoulos misses the net. He's got it back to Garand. Puck in the far side corner now. Near side. Flipped away by Espanola to Ferguson. Ferguson up the ice to Drijo. Rapids up to Lefebvre. Lefebvre quickly to Christopoulos. Christopoulos walking in. In tight. Tried to get the shot away. Shovel on net. And somehow the puck went wide. Christopoulos battling on the far side corner. Loses it to Ferguson. Espanola picks it up. Up to Drigo. Drigo. Going cross ice now. Can't find his man as he does, and now they flip it in. Almost now behind the net, leaving it. French River. Up to Lefebvre. Lefebvre to Garand. Garand losing it, now going the other way. In comes Drigo. Shot blocked by the Rapids. French River now walking in. Getting a good chance here on a 2-on-1. Good stick, stopped that one. As the pass from French River was denied by Makasoff. Makasoff behind his net to Horgan. Down the ice, Horgan picks it back up in his own zone as French River is able to keep it in. Drigo with it. Sends it in deep. Treelout picks it up. Rabideau, rather. Down back into French River territory. Horgan going cross ice, finds Lines. Lines leaving it for Smith. And Booth takes the shot. Save there, and we'll come to our mid-period break here in game number 1 of the NOJHL Showcase. Courtney Kenny and Harrison Clements here for you.
7:18 remaining on the clock here. Shots 54-26. Score 5-2 in favor of the PaperKings. And I will say, this period's looked a lot better from French River. A little late to start, but overall, their offensive chances have been increasing and keeping Espanola out of their zone for the most part, doing a much better job defending. And they do have another game to play at the Showcase here, so any positive takeaways you can from a game like this, you got to go after. And seeing those improvements, despite the adversity that they have faced in this game, is good to see. Espanola maintaining with their speed, maintaining with, just keeping this lead 5-2. It's a pretty healthy lead at this point in the game. You want to make sure that you're not giving away any dumb mistakes and keeping that pressure on so that French River doesn't gain the confidence that they would need to in order to come back in this one.
On rink number 1 right now, Elliott Lake Vikings taking on the Iroquois Falls Storm. It's 1-0 Elliott Lake. About midway through the first period, Garrett Nystrom getting his first of the season, assisted by Dylan Leslie and Gavin McClenaghan. So, hockey is underway on both sides right now in this NOJHL showcase. As we said, we are coming to the end of this one. 5-2 Espanola over French River. We'll also have the Sioux Eagles versus Kirkland Lake coming up at 1:40 start time. That'll be Harrison Clements and Ben Long with the call on that one for you. McGill down the ice to Mason. Horgan's going to get to it first. 7 minutes left here in this third period. These games do count in the standings too, so 2 points for both teams. Horgan in on a one-man mission. Got a shot away, turned aside by Grant. Kept in, though, by Pethick. Back for Horgan. Horgan. Back to his man. That's Booth with it. Booth skates out, takes a shot, blocked by the Rapids. And now going the other way. French River, as that was Grishachev trying to get the puck in deep. Now McGill winds up, takes a shot. Couldn't get that one through the maze of bodies. Another chance from the point, turned aside by Merwa. And Den Uden going the other way. Now French River once again with Signoretti. Flips the puck in French River territory. Now stopping behind his net, that was Durand. Slow to let things develop. He puts it back on his net as Guthrie was pressuring him a bit. And Grant stops the play.
5:44 left on the clock. Draw will be in the French River zone.
French River coming into this game with a whole whopping 2 points on the season in 8 games. They're 1-7. Where Espanola has 10. They're 5-3 so far in 8 games. They find themselves trailing Blind River and Sudbury, who have 16 and 12 points respectively. Powassan currently tied with Hearst for first in the East with 11 points, although Hearst has a game in hand. In deep now, Espanola gets it to Guthrie. Guthrie on the far side corner. Tries to get out front. Does come to a man, but Grant stopped that one. Another chance. Tipped wide of the net. Puck for Lefebvre. Lefebvre chipping it out to Rufa. Back out. Rabideau is going to get to that one. Rabideau tried to get up the ice. Couldn't. Now coming in. Big chance there. Signoretti stopped by Grant on that one. Peters Davey with 5 minutes left. Skates around behind the net. Pressure coming from the PaperKings here. Good chance there. Signoretti turned aside by Grant. Back to Peters Davey, and he roofs it and scores. Peter Davey with the 6th goal in the game after a gorgeous save by Grant moments before. And the puck is found in the back of the net once again to make it a 6-2 game here.
Grant doing as best a job he could. Made a few really good saves there, getting over, getting in position, but when you're getting peppered like that and the pucks just keep coming, it's hard to stop all of them, and it beats them high blocker side. Another chance here.
Stopped by Grant on that one. What a snipe by Peters Davey, though, to go up top on Grant over the blocker side. And most goalies, if they have a weakness, a lot of them prefer their glove side to their blocker side to be shot on, right? Like, the blocker side tends to be a bit more of the weaker side.
Well, it's a bit more of an awkward position. Your
Yeah.
glove's a bit freer.
Exactly, right? So, but just what a seeing eye shot there by Peters Davey. After Grant had made a couple of saves, as there's a scramble in front of the net now. Puck does come loose for Christopoulos. Christopoulos just going to flip that one down the ice. And they'll go off for a quick change. Horgan with the puck as he's being pressured by Christopoulos. Now it's down for Booth. Booth gains his own take.
Game today in Minnesota, starting at around 4, I believe. Hopefully.
What a silly time. Did I say that out loud? Blake Peters-Davy with the goal. Back underway on the far side. Chance as Melsness tries to get it out. Now it is sent down the ice here for Clayton. Clayton walking in, takes a shot. Marois with the save. And Espanola going the other way once again. Guthrie tried to dump the puck in. McGill swiping at the puck. Couldn't get it out of his zone though. Now gaining territory as there will be another penalty coming to Espanola here with 3:28 left as the stick was knocked out of the hands of a French River player. That was Scholist who had the stick knocked out of his hands. And I believe Makasoff is going off to the box.
Slashing call there. And while it's always helpful to get a power play, it may be too little too late to actually turn things around for French River here. 3:28 remaining. And
sorry, I was just going to say there's definitely been their fair share of power plays for both teams in this one.
Absolutely, and they've had more advantage when they're down a player. So, may have been almost better to be put on the PK, but Mason here with the puck.
Back cross ice, and now, if they're quick about it, could be a breakaway shorthanded, but just out of the reach of Peters-Davy from lines. And Grant knocks that one aside. Down the ice, once again, Melsness coming out of his zone. Going cross ice, as that's going to go for offside. As Grishashev was just a step behind of his man. So we'll get an offside call here. With 3:05 left in the third period, 1:37 left on the man advantage for French River. 61 shots on goal now for the PaperKings. No, so if Dyer was still in net, he'd have a .900 save percentage.
Which is pretty good considering the game that this has been, but Grant coming in and looking fairly good for the most part that he's been in net this period.
He has indeed, making a gorgeous save just before the last goal. Puck in deep. Marois, watch that one go over his net and out of play. So we'll get another stoppage here with 2:41 left in this period.
Unfortunately for French River, feels like a slow creeping death to this one. Not for lack of effort.
It's a pretty good Metallica song.
Can always be brought back to Metallica.
When I'm around, you better believe it.
Absolutely.
Puck down the ice. Mason gets to it. Knocked off the puck though. Espanola. Ferguson! Oh my goodness, with the one-time effort right off the post. As now comes near side to Grant. And he's just going to cover that one up. What a chance there by Owen Ferguson.
And Ferguson finds himself in the face-off circle. Tees up the one-timer. Grant got there a little late, and luckily his friend the post was there to help him out.
Elijah Grant in his first season in the NOJHL has played 4 games, 0 wins, 1 loss. Goals against average .725, save percentage .865 from Moortown, Ontario. Has looked great so far in this one in limited action. 40 seconds left on the man advantage for the Rapids. Clayton leaving it for Scholist. Scholist walks in, gives it back to Clayton. Clayton looking back to the point for Koulis. Koulis going cross ice. Back near side to Scholist. Scholist walks, takes the shot, heavy shot, missed, hit the glass behind the net. Now it's Horgan. Tried to get the puck out, kept in, and then French River takes it out themselves under the pressure that was mounting on them. Koulis, cross ice, finds his man Scholist. Scholist to Clayton. Clayton goes in deep. Power play expiring here on French River. Back to Clayton. Clayton. Somehow they got the puck in the net there past Marois. And it's 6-3, but I don't think it was on the power play. So a 5-on-5 goal here for French River. I believe their first 5-on-5. Oh, they had a 4-on-4 shorthanded. And now this one here. As French River finds themselves down a 3-goal deficit, 6-3.
Bit of a moral victory there more than anything, showing that you, with enough tenacity, get enough pucks on net, were able to still finish on goals that you know that you're capable of. Any bit of confidence going into the next game is going to be huge. And on the 29th shot, they are able to bury that one. Looked like 5-hole off of a rebound up close. Good for French River getting something going late here in the third.
We'll have to see with a minute left if they can bring it even closer. Christopoulos losing the puck. Puck knocked down the ice to Guthrie. Guthrie knocked it down. Cicchino with it. Less than a minute left here in this third period with the shot. Grant with the glove save. As we'll have another stoppage of play here with 51.5 seconds left on the clock. 6-3 lead for the PaperKings on 62 shots to 29.
And Grant's glove side has not been beaten yet. He's been very quick to react. He's been covering the net very, very effectively. And as we said, the only goal that's gotten past him so far was a really nice seeing eye shot.
That's Tyler Treel out, his first of the season, assisted by Kai Clayton and Matthew Schulist on the 2 goals. Mason with the puck in his own zone. Going cross ice, finds Lefebvre. Lefebvre knocked puck off his stick by Rufa, but he finds it back. And he leaves it for Mason. Mason knocked down hard. As now, battle in the corner ensues. 17 seconds left in this period. 6-3 Espanola leads. Garan with the shot. Staggered Peters Davey. 10 seconds left on the clock. And that'll pretty much do it here. Espanola is going to skate away with their first win of this showcase and pick up 2 points out of a possible 4 between the 2 games they'll be playing here. Skating away to a 6-3 victory over the French River Rapids. And now we'll have a player of the game ceremony here post-game. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clement. As Espanola really looked like they dominated most of that game. 62 shots to 29, Harrison.
In the physical game, on the power play, name an aspect of hockey, and they probably were in control of that one. You know, it's hard to go up against a team that just has your number. And unfortunately for French River, a lot of teams have had their number this season, but showing a bit of life there in the third. Grant showing really good effort as he came in the third period. A lot of positives to take away in the last period of play for French River, but just absolute dominance from the Espanola PaperKings. It's hard to deny what we saw here in this first game.
Espanola improving to 6-3 on the season. French River falling to 1-8 so far on the early going. As we'll get ready to find out who the player of the games are. Brady Dyer named the player of the game for French River in this one. Hard to argue with that one, as he saw almost 50 shots go his way. And Brady Signoretti picking up player of the game for the Espanola PaperKings. He was able to put a couple of pucks past Dyer. He was able to put a puck past Dyer, and then he picked up an assist as well in that one. So definitely earning of the player of the game honors. As Dyer goes over and skates over to the coaches to shake their hands.
Burning down the ice with speed, with precision, and absolutely deserves to be player of the game for the Espanola PaperKings. Dyer looked fantastic, faced a firing squad, and still managed to light up in his own way. So congratulations to the two of them, and that will bring us to the end of this first game here between the Espanola PaperKings and the French River Rapids at the NOJHL Showcase. I'm Harrison Clements. He's Courtney Kenny.
Also coming up before we officially sign off, It's 1-1 on the other ice between Elliott Lake and Iroquois Falls, midway or almost at the end of the first period. And coming up shortly, right here on Rink 2, will be the Sioux Eagles versus the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. As I said, he's Harrison Clements. I'm Courtney Kenny. As always, keep your eye on the front line.